you save $50 per week, you can become a millionaire in 5 years. And a couple friends of mine wanted to know what's the process for it. A couple friends of mine said that's not impossible because if you save $50 per week, this doesn't make sense to become a millionaire in 5 years. The purpose of this video is basically to show you the step-by-step process how you can become a millionaire in 5 years, saving just $50 per week. So if you are interested in, this is the right video for you. Have patience and take some notes as you go, because I will go through a couple of the materials over here. I will briefly describe what this is very related to this content, and I will just skip through the things what is not very related to this content. So the very first thing, of course, the images and then the concept. I took this for making this video. Nothing I discovered, or those are not my things. I just copied from internet. I learned from books, and I studied from people and from books. Now, the very first thing, of course, is why it seems impossible. So I have basically listed 4 important points over here, which I will describe thoroughly in this video, and I will tell you how you can overcome this. One, of course, very first thing, when I tell you can become a millionaire in 5 years with $50 per week saving only, people just do the math. So $50, and then what they do, uh, 52 weeks. That's because the 52 weeks makes a year, and then of course 5 years it's only $13,000. So the question is, we are only saving $13,000. How can we make $1 million? So that's a very legit question, right? And for some of the people, it's like keeping up with the daily expenses lifestyle is very hard. And in most of the cases, debt make is very complex. So how can we, think about saving $50 per month? So that's the second point. And then of course the third point is we everyone are controlled by our own perception, own thinking, own habits. That's we call a paradigm. So we are basically a person, or we are the people what we basically think about. And I will go a little over why this is related for this topic. And then of course the last one is, if we do not know any money making vehicle that will convert our $13,000 into $1 million, right? You can invest in real estate, stock, or whatever your money making vehicle is. You just cannot make $1 million. That's how it seems like or sounds like. But I will show you, like I promised, how you can make, and how people are making, and how I am on the same boat. Now, important note from this slide is 4 points. We do our math. Second thing, it's the depth. Third thing, our habits and paradigms. And fourth thing is money making vehicle. So let's go about our first thing, which we calculate with our math. Now think about this picture. Someone is basically trying to boil one egg, and let's say this one egg takes 10 minutes to boil. Now ask yourself, if you want to boil 6 eggs, does it take an hour? Simply not, right? So how much time it will take to boil 6 eggs? Definitely not an hour. So the conclusion is, we cannot do math for everything, right? So the principle of the mathematics we are applying here is not applicable here. So the same thing may be true for making $1 million with $50 per week. So don't do the math. The purpose of this slide is just to show you, do not do the math. Instead, listen and learn what all of the other people are talking about it. That way you can make it. All I have been doing is studying this, listening what people are doing, and I'm trying my best to do this. So the very first thing, get rid of this concept that we need to do or apply mathematics in every cases. Well, we need to apply mathematics, but this may not be true for all of the cases, right? Let's think about our second thing. The second thing was, it was very hard to save $50 because of debt or those things, right? So if you are in debt, then you definitely need to solve this. And when I say debt, I mean any consumer debt. I do not mean anything that is making money in your pocket. So, and then exception is your home loan. So home loan is exception here. And then if you have a car, if it's making money to your pocket, that's not included here. Any other debt, credit card debt, or those things, you need to get rid of it. I'll go quickly this slide because not everyone is in debt, but I think a lot of people, maximum people is in debt. So the very first thing, what work for paying off the debt is not the paying off the high interest credit card. There are a lot of research, a lot of studies has been done on this topic. I'm not going in detail, but what I will show you, two of the books which really helped me for getting rid of debt is, let me go grab one by one and you will see. The very first one you see, that one is a Baby Step Millionaire by Dave Ramsey. And the second one is Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. So you do not need to study the full book. All you need to go through the debt snowball method. The debt snowball method, basically, if you study this, it's about 3 to 4 pages in any of the books. You can also find this method in YouTube video. You can go about this and you will be paying off your debt very fast. Another book you can study, for example, it's You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor. Now, there is a second chapter where Bob Proctor discusses how much money is enough. And in this particular book, he talks about how you can pay off your debt very fast. So again, the concept is not about paying off your high interest rate credit cards. It's something else. So try their method if your method is not working. And then, of course, the very familiar book, is the Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. At the very end, Kiyosaki talks about, how you can get rid of your personal debt, consumer debt, or pay off your debt. So the very first thing, if you are in debt, make sure you pay off your debt. Otherwise, this concept will not work what you are trying to get. Now let's go back and see the third thing. We are controlled by our paradigm, right? So let's think about what's about it. So think about this. This is our perception, right? Someone thinks this is 6, the other one thinks this is 9. Which one is true? Well, the thing is, if your perception is changed, things changes. If you go from this side to other side, it changes completely, right? So change your perception and things will be changed. Here's another example. Are there 4 sticks or 3 sticks, right? So same, if you change your perception, things will be changed. Now, over the process, that's how we exactly learn, right? We train our subconscious mind and build our habit. What a paradigm is basically whatever we do automatically from our subconscious mind anything like our attitude or our behavior. That's basically our paradigm. So we are driven by our paradigm. If you want to change how you drive, you need to change your paradigm. In this picture, basically, it shows we learn from our five senses, which is basically smell, hear, smell, touch, and hear, touch, those things, right? So, and then we consciously think something, and then it goes to our subconscious mind, and our body acts about it. I'm not going in detail about this, but the only thing I am trying to show you is you can change your thinking, you can change your action, you can change your habits. There a we from all of the books we learn, uh, building wealth, making money, it's all about the mindset. If you do not have the mindset, how can you get the mindset? You need to build the mindset, and the mindset is nothing but your paradigm. So this is a very excellent book, Bob Proctor, right? It says the name of the book is Change Your Mind, Change Your Paradigm. So change your paradigm, change your life. Bob Proctor, it's a very phenomenal book. I studied this book entirely, and as you see, I underlined in each and every pages. So if you are interested in like, okay, how can I change my way of thinking? How can I uh, change my paradigm? This book is right for you. I'm not going in detail about the book. Now, what's our last one is we may not know any such money-making vehicle. I believe that's where you are most interested in, right? Because you are thinking where I will get the money. So let's see. We understand all of those, but where is my $1 million, right? So the answer of this is here, and I will go how you can do this. One, so let me explain where is your $1 million? You only have a $13,000, right? The very first thing you need to keep in mind, it will come from wherever it is now. So wherever $1 million it is now, as soon as you need it, as soon as you want it, as soon as you decide it, you will follow some strategy, and this money will come from wherever it is now. Now, you may be thinking, well, this is, kind of like exaggerating things, but no, it is not. Lot of people have tried this concept and those worked. I have been trying this works, so you can also try and see yourself if this is working or not. The second point about I have listed is it will be generated from the thinking substance. So what is the thinking substance? You are basically thinking everything in this world is created from thought. Think about this aeroplane. Think about whatever you have in your home. Whatever you have on your home, you thought about it, you wanted to get it. That's why those things are in your home. It can be your table, it can be your furniture, it can be your watch, it can be your phone. You wanted it, you thought about it, that's why you are having it. So it's basically generates from your thinking substance. Now, there's a very familiar book written by Wallace D. Wattles. The name of the book is Science of Getting Rich. And I will basically read two or three lines from this book, which you will see, how money or things are generated from the thinking substance. It's a very little book, only pages, about 80s or 90s. So let me read one paragraph from this book. Know that, and I'm reading it from chapter 5, Increasing Life. Know that there are countless millions of dollars worth of gold in the mountain of the earth. not yet brought to light, and know that if there were not, more will be created from the thinking substance to supply your need. Know that the money you will need will come, even if it's necessary for 1,000 men to lead to the discovery of new gold mines tomorrow. Never look at the visible supply. Things are created from the thinking substance. Always look at the limitless riches in formless substance and look, they are coming to you as fast as you can receive and use them. Again, this is not something I'm saying. This saying is by Wallace D. Wattles from The Science of Getting Rich. So it will be generated from your thinking substance. Your job will be to figure out how you need to think about it. And that's what I'm going to tell you in this video, right? And I'm showing you this step by step. The third point is you will convert your desire into the money. And this concept is coming from the book of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Again, this concept is not mine. It's from Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Millions of people have become rich by reading those books, applying this concept. If they can, you can too. Now, as soon as you have some thinking of getting money, here's what Napoleon Hill says you need to do. He says there are basically 6 ways to convert your desire into gold, meaning into your tangible things, meaning what you are thinking. If you want to touch it with your hand, then you need only 6 steps. And those 6 steps I'm reading from chapter 2, Desire. Let me read those and you will see how those steps looks like. And if you can apply it, for sure, with mathematical certainty, you will convert your desire into tangible things or money. So the first thing is, fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire. It's not sufficient merely to say, I want plenty of money. Be definite as to the amount. There is a psychological reason for definiteness, which will be described in a subsequent chapter. The second step is determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. There is no such reality as something is for nothing. Third, establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire. Fourth, create a definite plan for carrying out the desire and begin at once, whether you are ready or not to put this plan into action. Fifth, write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire. Name the time limit for its acquisition. State what you intend to give in return for this money, and describe clearly the plan through which you intend to accumulate it. Step 6. Read your written statement loud, twice daily, once just before retiring at night and once after arising in the morning. As you read, see and feel and believe yourself already in the possession of this money. Again, applying these 6 steps for converting desire into money, millions of people have become millionaires. I am on the same boat. If this is working for everyone, it should be working for you too. So without any question, without showing any logic, all I do is I trust them because they have spent their entire life researching this. Why shouldn't I trust their concept and try my best to apply this? I don't need to judge if this concept is right or wrong. I will try it and I will see if this is working for you. In 99% of the cases, this method works. So Watch this video again and again until you grasp the full concept about it. And without any doubt, this book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, is the best book I have read related to generating money and wealth and in personal development. Now, the fourth point, I have done a mistake about here. I wrote one, it should be four. You will attract it, meaning you don't need to do anything by working very hard. You will attract the money. And there is a law of attraction you're probably familiar with. The law of attraction is a sister law, comes from the law of vibration. And this concept is best described in the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And this when this book came in by Rhonda Byrne, millions of copies has been sold. You do not need to study all of the things unless you are very interested in. All you need to study the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth chapter. It says the secret to money. It's about 20 pages. So try reading this secret of money again and again every day, if possible. The power of repetition will basically create your thinking substance in your mind. So whatever Wallace D. Wattles was talking about, it will be generating from your thinking substance. If you read The Secret of Money again and again, with the power of repetition, it will create a thinking substance and money will be generated from it. So those are the logical part of it. Now let's see what are the practical part of it. Now this is where money will be generated. Now the question is how it will be generated. One, those are the step-by-step process. Try out this and probe me those concept does not work. If you try those and want to probe this concept does not work, you will become a millionaire for sure with mathematical certainty. Now, the very first thing is you need to make a goal or decision. So your decision should be to making $1 million, or you can target at as much as you want. So every person has different goal. It can be your personal goal, can be your money-related goal, but you need to set a goal and write it down. The second thing is the discipline. A lot of people make goal, but they cannot make it. That's because they are not making discipline. They do not respect their personal command. If I command something to myself and if I cannot obey it, how can I basically make someone else to do it? So regardless whatever the situation is, regardless whatever the circumstances, if you save $50 per week for 5 years and you cannot miss 1 week. If you miss 1 week, you need to start it over. The concept is not in terms of you miss 1 week and then the second week you will save $100. The concept will not work because with $50 per week, the goal is to train your mind how to be disciplined. If you say, I'm saving $500 now and I will not do in couple weeks, well, this concept will not work. Because what I want is you will save $50 per week, regardless the situation is, which will make you disciplined. And what I want you to do is read or listen The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. So The Strangest Secret, if you read it when you are walking or when you in the morning or in the evening, it's about a 30-minute audio. You can search in Google like Strangest Secret, it will show up. You need to listen it again and again every day. Don't say like hey, I have listened it, I just now know it. No, the concept will not work. You need to listen it at least 3 months. It will create a different thought in your mind if you listen 3 months. Or you can study The Strangest Secret book by Earl Nightingale. So it will develop the discipline you need to make $1 million. So two things you need to do on this step. One, you need to save $50 per week. It can be in a savings account. It can be with your, it can be in your wallet. It can be anywhere. It can be in a money market account. It can be in stock. I just don't care where you are saving. All I need is you will need to save $50 per week. Not one time for 3 or 4 weeks. Do not miss 1 week. If you ever miss 1 week, you need to start it over. That's the whole concept about it. Now, a lot of people may say, well, not in this environment. My situation does not allow me to do this. I have kids, I have families, I have debts, I have millions other things to do. So the real true story is, honestly speaking, I was in the same situation as well. I have been working and my situation does not allow me to save anything. My situation does not allow me to take something extra. So what I was doing it, I was reading As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. It's a phenomenal book about creating your own environment. People say I'm in a very bad situation. I'm with a very bad employer. My employer sucks. Uh, my situation sucks. So it's a 20 page or 25 pages of book, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. This book I'm showing you has a lot of book collection of James Allen. It says the wisdom of James Allen. So you do not need to probably read the full book. All you need to do is 20 page of As a Man Thinketh. Just read it 2 or 3 times. You do not need to read the full book again and again by, as I said, by Earl Nightingale. You need to read it 1 or 2 times and you will see how you can create your own environment. So that way, you will never blame, oh, okay, I'm basically a victim of my situation. I'm a victim of my environment. And then the fourth point where you will make the millionaire, you will become the millionaire from the uh, $50 per week, is from the concept of the book is called U Squared. So U Squared is a book by Price Pritchett. So U Squared book, when it came from, well, the very first thing is Price Pritchett. What he does all of the Fortune 500 or 1000 companies mergers and acquisitions with all of the lot of big deals and efforts. uh, a lot of company, a lot of people said his concept work. Just try YouTube videos, how many people were benefited, how many companies were benefited with it. The concept of this book is we grow uh, we grow incrementally, right? We make $1,000 and then we make $1,500 and $2,000 like this. His concept is not an incremental goal, incremental increase. His concept is going from, instead of incremental, his concept is going exponential. And he said, you can be U squared. Now think about this. If you can make your performance squared, then a lot of things are possible and people are doing it by applying the concept from his book. It's only a 37-page book with the white spaces. So if I exclude the white spaces, the book is about 30 pages. I recommend everyone, if you are interested in, buy this book, read it every day unless every day 2 or 3 pages read it. You do not need to finish this book. And you can make your performance squared. You can make your money squared. So think about this. If you make like $10,000, $10,000 square it. How much is it? If you can apply this technique, you will become a millionaire. Now, he says his concept comes from this book with a concept of the quantum leap. What is a quantum leap? As you see, the particle over here is gaining energy and jumping into the next level. So it's just a real quick jump. It's a sudden significant increase of the performance effortlessly, meaning you do not need to try hard. You do not need to work day and night. The concept at work is it's a sudden increase of performance effortlessly by multiplying it, and it will make you squared. Now think about this, how much money you need to have to make a million if you can adapt and learn the technique of U squared, right? The square of $1,000 is $1 million, meaning you basically need $1,000 for converting into $1 million if you can apply the concept of the U squared book by Price Pritchett. In 5 years, we have 52 weeks into 5 equal 260 weeks, right? So you basically need $4 per week to become a millionaire if you can apply the technique of this book, right? And I have been applying from about 4 years. Now, you may say, why you want us to save $50? Why not $4 per week, right? Now, here's the answer. $50, the very first thing is it will give you a feeling in your subconscious mind that you are doing something. If you save $4, it will not impress your subconscious mind with that feeling. A $50 is not that challenging and not very easy to do, right? Sometimes it will make a little bit of challenge when you are really in short of money. But the real concept is it requires your persistence. You may ask, like, can I save more if I can? Sure, you can save more if you can, but make sure you save the same amount every week and consistently for 5 years. Again, not like $100 this week and then next week I don't do anything and then the week next I save $300. No, this concept will not work. It's not mathematics. Again, if it's mathematics, then everyone could do it very easily. It's not mathematics. It's a mindset. You are training your mind to do what is needed to do. You are training your mind to go to the next level. You are training your mind to become a U square. It's not that easy. Training mind takes time. So if you say, hey, I will save $13,000 today. I have $13,000. Will this technique work? No. Everything has some, digestion period, right? If you plant a seed, it takes some time to grow. We are human being. We are needed to stay in our mother womb for a certain period of time to come to this world. So don't save the time. You will need the time for this exponential growth, for making you a U squared. Now the question is, can you save less? No, because your subconscious mind will not be trained properly. And that's because, if you save too low, your subconscious mind will not be that challenged. Now, does this concept work? The very first thing is it certainly does. Just search internet and you will get thousands of success stories. If all of people are making success, then you can do too. You may ask, well, you are talking about a lot. What have you did? Here's what I did in four years. I was doing the same job and family. I was not making a single penny. But when I learned those techniques, in 4 years, I was able to purchase these 4 properties. And Those four properties, worth, how much, you can calculate. Those are written on here, so you can do your math if you want to. Now, here's the summary. The very first summary is decide what you really want. Do you really want $1 million? If you really want, remind yourself every morning and night for 3 nights. Read or listen Earl Nightingale, because Earl Nightingale will basically shape your mind, shape your thought into that level. Now, command yourself, I will save $50 per week, every week, and respect your own command, no matter what. If you do not have money, borrow money or work some extra, but still save $50. Don't miss it. If you ever miss it, you need to start it over. Now, again, important point is not saving is very important. You need to read or listen The Strangest Secret daily for about 30 minutes, at least for 3 months. And you need to multiply your result. You need to make exponential increase of your performance. How you can do it? You need to read U squared daily. 1 to 2 pages, not every page, 1 to 2 pages of about 35 pages for about 3 months. Now, you may ask, why this is 3 months? Can I read more? Yes, of course you need more. Can I read less than 3 months? No. Because you need, again, some time period to train your subconscious mind. You need to make it your habit. And as long as it will be your habit, it will be effortless. Now, you can certainly, follow up with your feedback as you do. So the very first thing, it will come up with mathematical certainty. You have nothing to lose. Worst cases, you will save 13,000 USD, right? For any question or anything, please let me know in the comment below, and I will try my best to help you. If you understand this concept well, watch this video again and again if you are really interested in, and let me know after 3 months or 4 months